Right, welcome ladies and gents. Look, you read from the title, Morbius is terrible. Obviously the title's a little bit more expletive. This film's absolutely awful. I'm not going to hold back. It is absolutely atrocious. It's one of the worst comic book films I've seen for a very, very long time. If you want to just watch CGI people floating around, running around with exaggerated bullet time, then I think this is the movie for you. You want to watch a movie that has one of the most ridiculous, boring, paint-by-numbers plot, this is the movie for you. It is awful. God damn. And you know what? I feel sorry for Matt Smith. Matt Smith cannot catch a break. He's a good actor, and he has been served up some shit pie recently. A lot of things have been crap with him in. And he's got this Game of Thrones prequel series. God, I hope they don't kill him off. God, I hope they keep him on and he's actually given stuff to do and it's good. Because, boy, he can act. It's crap in this, though. Just because it's crap material. So, obviously, it's Jared Leto. Insert giant toe just for comedy. Jared Leto is Michael Morbius. I'm going to touch on non-spoilers really, really quick. Okay? It's got really bad effects. Really bad score. There's jumps around. There's massive reshoots that they've clearly done. They've added stuff. They've removed stuff. Stuff from the trailer's not even there. Poorly directed. This is Sony's shithouse. That's what this is, right? That's my non-spoiler review. Okay, let's just get into spoilers. Cool? Excellent. This film's fucking terrible. It is real, real bad. So we start present day. From the trailer, Michael Morbius goes to this deserted place to go and check out some vampire bats. He wants to get some vampire bats. He's trying to capture them. He uses his own hand as bait. So that whole scene where you think something's going to go... No, he's just using his hand as bait to get the bats in a cage. That's all. Then we flash cut 25 years earlier to Greece. And then they fill in the backstory of who Michael Morbius is. A kid with a rare disease. He's on like dialysis all the time. And he meets Lucian. Although it's not Lucian, he just names him Milo. Because the kid that was next to him was Milo. Because he called him Milo. But the first kid that was sat next to him in this hospital was Milo. Basically, he's in a hospital. And Milo's this never-ending joke, I guess, that Kid Morbius has. Like, what a weird, sick joke. Just naming everyone that, you know, moves in next to him the name of the first guy that died? That's fucking twisted, mate. Anyway, this is Milo. This is the new Milo. Or Lucian, of course. Promises he's going to help him out. You know, he's gonna grow up and make a cure. And you know how he gets sent off to learn how to do all of this stuff? Well, ladies and gents, the machine breaks down next to him that Milo's on, and he quickly rushes to its aid. And what he does is it looks like he pulls out a fuse, and he jams a spring in it. And then all of a sudden, wow! The guy in charge of this whole place is like, mate, you've got a gift. I mean, he just bridged a connection, but alright. Then he sends him off to New York with a scholarship, and they'll also pay for all of his care. Because that never happens in the real world ever, actually. And that's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway. Then flash cut. It's present day again. And he's getting given the Nobel Prize. Or a Nobel Prize. I couldn't quite make it out. Basically, some king of Switzerland was going to give him an award. And he refuses. Because edgy, I guess. I don't really get it. Anyway... He's made synthetic blood. That's important to the plot, ladies and gents. Because also, what he's also trying to do is vampire bats have developed a key gene or some crap that basically means that they can digest blood and only blood. And so what he's trying to do is he's trying to splice bat DNA with human DNA, make a chimera. So he does, and he tests it on himself, and he turns into the living vampire. Oh my god. Milo funds all of his research. Milo's still alive, by the way. Milo, Matt Smith, funds all of his research. Milo goes, hold on a minute, Mike. How's it going, bro? You're a bit of alright there now. What's going on? You're on your legs, son. And Morbius is like, no, mate, it's a curse. No, it's not a gift. It's a curse. Because he murders everyone. Anyway, of course, Milo goes and steals the serum, injects it into himself, becomes another vampire, and it's basically just Sony's two crap house vampires running around trying to beat each other up. That's it. It's like, I don't know, 25 minutes of that. It's such garbage. Anyway, do you want to know the most hilarious thing that I found in this movie? When Morbius is sat there in his office, in his lab, and he's like, I seem to have developed echolocation. I mean, he's recording it to himself, by the way. So he's taking notes of what he's developed himself. Not for anyone else, it's for him, right? It's research purposes. It's note-taking. I've developed a form of echolocation. Bat radar for dummies. Why the fuck are you saying that, you idiot? Who are you saying that to, mate? Because the note-taking was for you. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, that gave me a really good chuckle. So anyway, from there, he beats up Milo in the most ridiculous, crappy end sequence to a film you've ever seen in your life. They have a massive fight because Milo kills the nurse, the doctor, that is obviously in the trailer that Morbius loves. And somehow... Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Basically, she's alive at the end, but fuck it, who cares? Anyway, they have a massive fight. They're smashing through buildings. They smash all the way through to the subterranean levels of the city. And their clothes aren't ripped. I'm like, God damn, they got vampire clothes as well, son. What's going on here? What's happening with this, mate? Weird. Anyway, Morbius kills Milo, Lucian, maybe Hunger, character from the comics. And then he flies off into the night. But the woman that Milo killed, well, the woman that Milo gave life-threatening injuries to, that then Morbius killed to drain her blood so he was powerful enough to go face Milo, suddenly opens her eyes because she had a little bit of, I'm guessing, Morbius's blood in her, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Sure. Don't need the serum anymore. It's just literally just vampires now, I guess. What other things that I think were utterly ridiculous about this? Oh, Milo's motivation for this whole thing. Milo murders the guy that's looked after him his whole life, by the way. The guy that had looked after him and Morbius. Do you know his motivation for doing it? Can you guess? Can you guess? It's the best motivation ever. There you go, round of applause. Round of applause to anyone that guessed daddy issues. He's annoyed that his favourite was Morbius, not Milo. I mean, just fucking what is this pathetic trash? Adrian Toomes, you know, the Vulture, not in it until the end. The mid-credit sequences, holy shit, are we going to get to them? Oh my god, I cannot believe it. I'm going to do a separate video on it as well, just because they are absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, mid-credit sequences, or maybe, actually, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to chop this part of this video up. I'm going to release it as its own video. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because Morbius wasted my time. So I want to earn a little bit of money from it, thanks. I'm making another video from this video. There you go, dual videos. Anyway, mid-credit sequence explained. Awful. So by the way, just as a heads up, right? There is no reference. Everything in the trailer that you'd seen that connected it to everything else. So the Sam Raimi Spider-Man on the wall, that's gone, completely gone. Not in the film at all. There was a scene in the trailer where Morbius flipped a coffin. Do you remember that? Or there was a coffin in the trailer. Completely gone. It's gone. Right? There's so many reshoots on this shithouse film. God, Jared Leto, choose better roles. Sony, make better movies. Adrian Toomes, where he looks over and he's in handcuffs and he's like, hey, there, look me up, bruh. Nah, not in it. Not in the film at all. Mid-credit sequences. Hold on to your britches, ladies and gents. Mid-credit sequences. A rift opens up over the sky. Awful graphics, by the way. I mean, it's not like Sony could have just, emailed Marvel and said, look, Marvel, those that CGI rendering that you've been using, can we just borrow that, please? Yeah, no worries, mate. No, horrendous. Anyway, that opens up over the sky. And in a prison cell, right? In a prison cell, Adrian Toomes just appears. He's like, looks in the mirror and he goes, well, I hope the food's better in this joint. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. That is literally what he does. Just that. Nonplussed, doesn't care. He's been in prison. He's now in another prison. He knows he's in a new place, a new reality. Doesn't give a crap. He just goes, looks at himself and he goes, well, I hope the food's better in this joint. What are you doing, Sony? Anyway, there's another one. And this is very clearly, well, ADR. Oh my god. It's so bad. Anyway, Morbius is driving out to the desert. New mid-credit sequence. These don't make any... They literally make no goddamn sense at all. He's driving out to the desert. Oh, a little bit more to the Adrian Toomes one. There's just another jump cut to where the police are like, well, we don't know why he's here. He just appeared and he says he's Adrian Toomes, so we're going to release him. There you go. So he's obviously on the loose. Morbius is driving out to the desert. He gets out. He's looking around. Oh, yeah. I'm Jared Leto. My long locks flowing in the air. And then Vulture swoops in. Slight redesign. He's got a bit more of a beaky face. Helmet. Who cares? Like, who gives a shit? And it's very clearly ADR'd. Like, probably on the phone. And he goes, thanks for meeting me, Michael Morbius. I don't know how I got here or what this place is, but I think it's got something to do with Spider-Man. Right? And then Morbius is like, oh no, he goes, thank you for meeting me. Morbius goes, I'm listening, or something like that. And then he says that and he goes, but what I'm thinking is, you and me should make a team and do some good. And then Morbius, terrible editing, terrible acting, terrible cutting, because it's not supposed to be that. They've obviously changed it. They've obviously edited it round and changed who it was, and whoever knows what it was supposed to be. But then Morbius goes, intriguing. And then that's it. Those are the mid-credit sequences. So, I mean, what do you want me to say about this? This film is terrible. The mid-credit sequences are terrible. They don't actually make any sense. The whole film is awful. This has been cut to oblivion, reshot to oblivion. I don't know what they've done with this film. I don't know why, how, what, why. I mean, this was obviously before. This is in production before No Way Home, I'm guessing. I think so, anyway. And so then they're just like, oh yeah, we'll just like try and work that in there as well. I swear it was. Maybe it wasn't. Who cares? Sam Raimi's Spider-Man gone. They're in Venom's world. But Venom's world is apparently also where there's another Spider-Man. I suppose, like, who is it then? If Sam Raimi's Spider-Man's gone, is it the Amazing Spider-Man? Probably. But Andrew Garfield. What an awful, awful film. Mid-credit sequences. Like, here's a tip, Sony. Don't be so blatant about your nonsense crap that you put out. Because this film, Jesus, was this bad. Like, I wasted my time. It's an hour and 44 minutes. It's not even brisk. And I tell you what, oh, by the way, it's a 15. just to add more to this, you know, this video in general. It's a 15 because people will be like, yeah, but was it at least gory? No, mate. It's all CGI nonsense, crap blood. There is a sequence in this film, I kid you not. There is a sequence in this film where the camera gets CGI blood on it. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's barely the living vampire. He spends most of the time as Jared Leto. If you were expecting Michael Morbius from like Spider-Man the animated series or from the comics, nah, mate, you're shit out of luck. He controls bats at the end. That's how he kills Milo. Coincidentally, you know, they smash through all the city, not a scratch on their clothing. But when he sends the bats in, that's when Milo's shirt rips up. So bats can destroy clothing, but apparently smashing through the city can't. Some shit house. If you've seen this film, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you guys. Let me know what you think down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. This film was definitely worth a live group therapy session, but tomorrow I'll be doing Halo episode 2, so I don't want to do it. I don't want to do 2. Let me know what you think down below. I honestly, I cannot recommend this film. Like, loads of people will be like, well, you know, will it connect to anything? I don't bloody know. Who cares? Sony doesn't even know. Like, Amy Pascal's clearly just high all the time. Christ. Anyway, cheers, guys. Take care.